Good morning. Now we are going to see the second method for the calculation of lattice energy, that is experimental method, and it is done by the Born-Haber cycle. The lattice energy of an ionic solid can be experimentally measured by Born-Haber cycle. It shows the interrelation between the lattice energy and the theoretical quantities such as heat of vaporization, ionization, and sublimation of ions. It is a thermodynamical cycle. The various steps in the process can be shown graphically as a cycle, and hence the name is given Born-Haber cycle. It is a hypothetical cycle. The formation of ionic compound can be easily understood by considering the cycle. Experimental determination of lattice energy by using the Born-Haber cycle. In this Born-Haber cycle, there are different steps. Let us explain the calculation of lattice energy for sodium chloride, NaCl. The formation of solid sodium chloride may be considered to take place by the combination of solid sodium metal and gaseous chlorine by two different methods. Method 1, direct combination. It is the direct combination of solid sodium metal and gaseous chlorine to form solid sodium chloride. The process may be represented by the equation Na solid plus half Cl2 gas, it gives NaCl solid. Delta H is equal to minus 410.86 kilojoule mole inverse. The equation shows us that 1 mole of solid sodium combines with half mole of gaseous Cl molecule to produce 1 mole of crystalline sodium chloride. During this process, 411 kilojoule mole inverse of energy is liberated. This energy is called heat of formation of sodium chloride and is represented by the symbol delta HF. Second method for the formation of NaCl, which is called stepwise combination method. In this method, following steps are involved. The reactant Na solid and Cl2 gas are first vaporized and converted to gaseous atoms. In second step, gaseous atoms are then converted into ions. and third, finally the gaseous ions are combined to give solid crystal. So we are going to see the stepwise formation of this NaCl. Step first, sublimation of sodium. In this process, 1 mole of solid sodium changes to gaseous sodium and is represented as Na solid, it gives Na gaseous, and the energy required for this sublimation, it is SNA is equal to plus 108.7 kilojoule mole inverse. In this process, energy is absorbed, which is called heat of sublimation, SNA. Second step, dissociation of chlorine molecule, Cl2. In this process, half mole of chlorine is dissociated into 1 mole of chlorine atom. It is represented as 1/2 Cl2 gas gives Cl gas. 1/2 DCl2 is equal to plus 1 to 0.9 kilojoule mole inverse. In this process, energy is absorbed, which is called heat of dissociation, DCl2. Step third, formation of sodium ions. 1 mole of gaseous sodium atoms are converted to sodium ions by removal of an electron from each sodium atom. In this process, energy is absorbed, which is called as ionization energy of sodium, INA. See the process. Na gaseous is get converted to Na plus 1 electron, and INA is equal to plus 493.8 kilojoule mole inverse. Step 4, formation of chloride ions. The electron given out by the gaseous Na plus ions in step 3 are taken by gaseous chlorine atom and they are converted to Cl minus ion. It is represented as Cl gas plus 1 electron, it gives Cl minus gaseous, and here ECl is equal to minus 378.5 kilojoule mole inverse. In this process, energy is released. By definition, this released energy is called electron affinity energy of chlorine, ECl. Then step 5, formation of ionic solid, NaCl. Here gaseous sodium and chloride ions formed in step 3 and 4 combine to give solid sodium chloride crystal, NaCl solid. Energy is released. In this process, and by definition it is called as lattice energy U and represented as NaCl, UNaCl. Its value is determined from all the other energy values obtained in above 4 steps. All the above 5 steps may be summarized here. See in the figure, in first step, Na solid get converted to Na gaseous. Here Sna is equal to plus 108.7 kilojoule mole inverse. In second step, half Cl2 gas is get Cl gas. It is dissociation, so 1 half dCl2. It gives its energy is plus 1 to 0.9 kilojoule mole inverse. In step third, gaseous sodium is get converted to sodium ion gaseous. Here it is the ionization, and so INA plus 493.8 kilojoule mole inverse. In fourth step, chlorine atom can accept one electron and gives the chlorine ion gaseous, which is the electron affinity energy ECl is equal to minus 379.5 kilojoule mole inverse. And in fifth step, Na solid, Na gaseous plus half overall reaction, that is which will be represented here, that is the Na solid plus half Cl2 gas, it gives the NaCl solid. Delta HF is equal to minus 410.86 kilojoule mole inverse. The Born-Haber cycle for the formation of NaCl can be shown graphically as follows. It is the cycle. See the how cycle is represented. Here NaCl solid plus 1 half Cl2 gas, it gives NaCl solid. But see this Na by two steps. First Na solid is get converted to Na gas, so sublimation. Then this gaseous Na get ionized in gaseous state, so ionization and formation of Na plus. Then Cl2 gas, it will be first get dissociated and form Cl atom gaseous. Then in second step, it accept the electron and get converted to the Cl minus gaseous ion. And then in the next step, Na plus gaseous, Cl minus gaseous, both can be combined to give the NaCl solid. During this combination, the energy is released, and that is the lattice energy. Thus, here there is the heat of formation in one step, and there is the lattice energy in stepwise. Both the values are nearly the same, only the sign is opposite. Since the two methods of formation of NaCl from the elements Na solid and half Cl2 gas by direct combination and stepwise formation are independent of each other. The heat of formation of 1 mole of NaCl should be the same. That is, the energy change in method 1 must be equal to the total energy change of all steps in method 2. This is Hess law. It states that the enthalpy of a reaction is the same whether the reaction takes place in one or several steps. Hence, the algebraic sum of all the above energy values will give the value of the lattice energy capital U. This is necessary consequence of the first law of thermodynamics concerning the conversion of energy. Thus, we can write heat of formation HF of NaCl is equal to SNA plus half DCl2 plus INA plus ECl plus UNaCl. Putting the actual experimental values in the above equation, we have minus 410.86 is equal to 108.7 plus 120.9 plus 493.8 minus 379.5 plus UNaCl. By converting this, we have the UNaCl is equal to minus 410.86 minus 108.7 minus 120.9 minus 493.8 plus 379.5, and thus we get UNaCl is equal to minus 754.76 kilojoule mole inverse. The negative sign in the lattice energy value suggests that energy is liberated in this process. Following problems will be clarify the method of calculating the lattice energy of an ionic solid by causing Born-Haber cycle. Problem first. Calculate the lattice energy of NaF from the following data. See the given data. First, heat of formation of NaF delta HF is equal to minus 569 kilojoule mole inverse. Second, heat of sublimation Na plus solid gives Na gaseous plus 1 electron. SNA is equal to plus 108.7 kilojoule mole inverse. Third, heat of ionization Na gaseous, it gives the Na plus gaseous plus 1 electron. INA is equal to plus 493.8 kilojoule mole inverse. Fourth, heat of dissociation, half F2 gas, it is get converted to F gaseous. So 1 half dF2 is equal to plus 153.0 kilojoule mole inverse. Fifth, heat of ionization E F gaseous plus 1 electron, it gives the F minus gaseous. EF is equal to minus 332.6 kilojoule mole inverse. After getting this data, we are going to solve the problem by Born-Haber cycle. We can write the heat of formation delta HF of NaF is equal to SNA plus dF2 plus INA plus EAF plus UNAF. By taking all the values, we can have the calculation and we get the value UNAF is equal to minus 991.9 kilojoule mole inverse. Second problem, calculate the lattice energy of NaI from the following data. Here the heat of formation of NaI, sublimation energy of Na, ionization energy of Na, dissociation energy of I2, and electron affinity energy of the I2 is given. See their values, and after getting this we can have the solution for this problem. From the Born-Haber cycle we can write delta HF is equal to SNA plus INA plus half DI2 minus EA plus UNAI. By filling all that values we have the equation, and by the calculation we can get the lattice energy UNAI is equal to minus 690.8 kilojoule mole inverse. Thus lattice energy can be calculated. Use of the Born-Haber cycle. There are different uses of the Born-Haber cycle. So first, the equation delta HF is equal to S plus half D plus I plus E plus U has been used to determine the electron affinity. It is very difficult to determine the electron affinity by other means. So this equation can be used for the determine the electron affinity of the different ions. Second, this equation and hence the cycle can be used to estimate some other energy terms. There is no convenient direct way to measure the enthalpy of formation of gaseous Cn- ions. Born-Haber cycle is useful to calculate the U for NaCN from all other enthalpies. It is found that the delta HF for Cn- gaseous is 29 kilojoule mole inverse. It can be used to calculate any quantity when all other quantities are known. Third, Born-Haber cycle is useful in analyzing and co-reacting the stability of various ionic compounds. It enables us to understand why most of the metals fail to form stable ionic compounds in their lower oxidation states. For example, aluminum, calcium, manganese. It helps to understand why metals do not form stable compounds in low oxidation states. For example, calcium forms CaCl2 and not CaCl. Fourth, it is also useful in knowing the nature of the bonding, ionic or covalent, in the compounds. Fifth, it can be used to calculate the energy of hydration of ions and the energy of ligation in complexes. And sixth, it can be used as a check on calculated energies. Thank you.